Alright, how are we doing today? I want to make this video under 15 minutes. I've never made one under 15 minutes. It's always been 30 to 25. If the algos like it, we may cut down a little bit. With that being said, let's get into it. If you're new here, welcome. We're going to talk about technical analysis. Now, technical analysis is 1/8 of what I would do. I would definitely focus risk management, making a trading plan, figure out your goals with a stock you want to buy. Goal setting's huge. Writing an actual trading plan tied to the macro markets, fundamental, technical, and mental analysis, and the 8th being consistency. If you can do those 8 things, you'll be mightily more successful. I can easily show you technical analysis though. I can't show you mental analysis all that well, but I can show you technical analysis. I'm going to show you supports, resistances, trend lines, patterns, EMA lines, volume profile, RSI, stochastic, vortex. Those 9 things. The 10th one being love. If you are new, welcome. If you're a veteran, great, sounds good. If you are new, like, subscribe, hit the bell notification if you want. I don't really care, it's fine if you don't. New art coming soon. I got Rumors, hey, the actual album, and then my son Baker Mayfield autographed. Thank you, who sent that? You said not to use your name, but you know who you are. And then another Plague Doctor picture because I like those. Today we have 8 new tickers. Of course, the S&P sold off. Oh, it's all falling down, but we should be just fine. I think we're actually in a great spot of value. 8 tickers you've probably never heard of, but they're pretty banging, not gonna lie. With that being said, 8 new ones, y'all. Let's get into it. So first one's ALEX, Alex. Let's describe the lines. This line, the hard white one, support. The long orange one, resistance. My trend lines are golden. I make them a channel so you have more room to operate. My resistance trend lines are dotted orange. The short term, small dotted, longer term, big dotted. So this is the only one that has one of those though. So you're not gonna see many of these with that. When it comes to volume profile, this is where 70% of the volume happens. This is the POC. It's a very strong support, but it's also gravitational, pulling you down or pulling you up. I'm not going to go into volume profile right now. Make sure you watch the volume profile video up here if you want to look into it. No big deal. Check it out. It could help you with my charting and everything else. So with Alex, we see a beautiful uptrend. See this gap here? We're going to go off of this gap. Ooh, so we have 1 hit, 2, 3. Now this is only 3 pretty okay hits. I mean, they're making 7%, 10% moves fairly consistently. We want this a bit lower. Alex, we have consistent higher lows. I want to get in maybe, 1760. This breaks down, look for the support play. Looks really good. Easy uptrend. It definitely is a channel up, so it's exactly the same. Channeling up, it looks beautiful. Let's check the indicators. What's so cool about this channel is I don't actually scan with indicators on. No VWAP scans, no golden crosses, no RSI under 30, none of that. I go off of price action alone. The price action is number 1. Indicators are number 2. They're going to reinforce or deter me from entering. Hopefully they support it and I'll be more willing to buy it. If they look bad, I will tell you. But what's really cool is I haven't looked at these before. No idea what they're doing. You'll see live what I see. It'll help you develop these skills. And as a newbie, that's irreplaceable. It's pretty great. Let's check out Alex's indicators. The 200's the dream. Look at this. Value, 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 value. We're right there again. We can see we're below the 200. Easy read down here. This is exactly what you want to see. Super nice value. Of course, the 50 and the 200 will be resistances moving forward. You can see how it bounces off it all the time, right? Bounced here, didn't live. Bounced here, didn't live. So there'll be resistances moving forward. Make sure you know about that. Easy triangle coming in. If we can break out above all this, we're off to the races. RSI, it's low. Love it. Stochastics also low. Love it. Bulls are still on top. Not great for value, but if the bulls do bounce here off of the bears, they kind of come down a little bit farther, then cross back over, it'll be a great go signal. ALEX, I do like it a lot. I do have a few concerns given the vortex is not where I wanted to be, but it looks really good. Nonetheless, this is a watch list show. Alex, I would certainly watch list into this week. Next is ASH, ASH, Ashland Global Holdings. Household name, right? No, I don't think so. ASH is a super easy support play. With support plays, you get a pro and a con. Pro, the easiest play you can find, right? Oh, it reverses at, in this case, $84. Easy. Con, oh, there's no convergence. There's no trend line. There's nothing else. There's nothing else supporting this price action. So you have to go in with indicators supporting you heavily. The POC supports here, sure, but again, volume needs to be here, indicators need to be here. Otherwise, it's just a support play. Not the best, but for a beginner, super easy. ASH has that. This gap has been a support constantly. We can pull on the volume profile. It's probably going to be a capital D. Who knew? So again, we know that bulls are buying down here as well. So a bunch of bullish action should be coming in. People want to short this towards 88. They don't want to short towards 84. Hopefully it's an easy 5% move at least. But again, super clear action. Great for a beginner. I like it a lot. Let's check the indicators. I want to see the 200's flat. And it very much is becoming flat. See how before the 200 is at this angle? See how it's coming up, ascending? And since about, February, in this area and over, it's been very horizontal. So the EMA lines are just reinforcing, hey, we're going horizontal here. And again, they're also reinforcing that the 50 is a major resistance as we move forward. It'll be a support if we get over it, but moving forward, it's going to be a resistance as well. We're under 30. That's a great value. We're low. That's beautiful. It's where we wanted to see it at, negative 70. We get some life and curl north. We want to see on the stochastic, that blue line cross over the red line, that north curl, right? We're coming down, ooh, curling north, showing some life. We want to see that as a confirmation before we buy in or after, depending on your style, right? Value, you want to see that after. Confirmation over email line, you want to see that before. Great looking stock there, and it's consolidating, right? We have bulls getting higher, bulls getting lower, and we're going sideways. A big move should be coming. I didn't say a big move up. I said a big move. Make sure you have a risk management policy and a stop loss if you need it. ASH, a great support play. I like it a lot. I would watch list. Gaps like to be filled, and baby, we got a gap. Like it a lot. It could be good. Watch list it. ATRC. Oh, daddy likes channel ups. The reason this is a fantastic play too is you check the S&P. It's the exact same shape. That's why I like channel ups right now. You see how the S&P, it's bouncing up this trend line. Who knew? We have a very similar setup to the major indexes. It's at value, obvious support area. And once they get into higher volume, this trend line's holding. This is a gorgeous setup. Now the trend does break for a while, right? You have about a 5-month gap. But even here, you got it forming too. It looks really good. I love this play a lot. Let's check the indicators. We can see the 200 not even in play. What's cool about the 200 though, is this gonna lead to some really good, properly stacked plays. What you can do if you want to wait for confirmation, if you're a little newbie who's afraid of, I don't want to get in early, or I don't want to get in too late, wait for it to get properly stacked. You wait for it to go price, 10, 50, 200 EMA line. When that gets properly stacked, you're going to have your best runs. The 200 so far down, all you got to worry about now is price 1050. It happens a lot on this chart. It'll be really good. Let me show you real quick. We can see when you go price, 10, 50, 200. A nice big old run of about 35%, nothing big. Look at it. Price, 10, 50, 200. Big run up. Right here, we're just having this little cross. Once we cross back over, that's a golden cross. When 10 gets over 50 and price gets over, you want to wait for that confirmation. It'll be a great play, even for those who want to wait a little bit longer. But here, we do have value. RSI, it's low, right where you want it. Stochastic is low. No bullish divergences. It all checks off really well. I guess you could say this, if it does hold, is a bullish divergence for sure. That's a great sign right there. If this does hold, bulls low, bears high. Everything is here. The 50 shows value. You can wait for a cross here, give it another 2%, 3% break above. You'll have a great run up. Otherwise, buy off of value. ATRC, easy read. I do like it a lot. So this one is one of the most gorgeous run-ups. I think CLR has one too, and so does CIG. One of those two has it too. But CCO, Clear Channel Outdoor Holdings, has one of the greatest trend lines I've seen in months. This thing is extremely consistent, extremely volatile. The only issue is this. You see this broadening wedge? Whenever you see a broadening wedge as a pattern, it's doing this like a megaphone. It means that eventually, the resistance trend line or the supporting trend line will not be hit again. What's going to happen is this pattern will break. I didn't say bad or good, but it's going to break. Eventually, we're not going to hit that resistance trend line, and we're going to find a new resistance traditionally and form a new pattern, or we're going to take off big, hit that resistance trend line, and then come down halfway, fib it out, come down a little bit, not hit that supporting trend line, and form a new pattern. That's possibly what's going to happen. Watch out for that into the future with your broadening wedges. So CCO, a great looking trend up, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 great hits. Holding well here. This is a great sign. Just to have a little bit of life is really good. This support is immaculate. Let's say this does keep down, right? Keeps coming down. Look for 210, keeps coming down. Look for 175. But I mean, this uptrend is beautiful. It's a bit steep, of course. We've seen maybe like what? Yeah, almost 100%, over 100% in 6 months. But overall, it's a beautiful setup. I like it a lot. Let's check these indicators. So we can see clearly every time we're near or below the 200, value, value, below it, value, below it, value, value, value. So we break it plenty of times, and it's consistent. That's the best sign, is that when you hit the 200 no times in 5 months, you hit it 4 or 5 times quickly, that's showing horizontal movement. We're going from up to horizontal. We've hit it consistently a bunch of times. This angle has shown no death yet. I like that a lot. And if we have a clear value, the 50 is going to be resistance moving forward. Obviously, it always is. So be careful of that. If you do get like 250, possibly get ready to sell if it doesn't show any life here. RSI, it's right at 30. Stochastic is super low. Bulls low, bears high. I mean, snack. This is a play. This is a gem. CCO, watch listed. I didn't say buy it, but watch listed. A fantastic play. So next is CIG. So CLR is the really good uptrend, I think. But this is a beautiful, beautiful trend, but also a super good support area. Yeah, this could come down a little bit farther. It comes down to 210. That's your beginner support play. That's where you want to see it. But for a trend line move, look at higher lows, higher lows, higher lows. It's fairly consistent. You do have lower highs. All right, so I'm not going to be super upset if this does break down a little bit farther. But again, for a penny stock, for a low stock, I like this a lot. Very volatile, but again, you're not going to be losing your ass if it does tank on you for a beginner. CIG, easy play. All this spaghetti over here, right? The red lines and the yellow. So you have your POC, your trend line, your support, your volume support. It's all right here. All the support area. It could come lower, but again, for a macro scale, it's a fantastic value on a good stock. Let's check the indicators. So we can see it's coming off this big run up. That's fine. The 200 was a resistance, blocked it a bunch, and now the 50 is being the resistance once again. If you want to wait for a crossover, that's fine, but it's 5% away. So you may want to wait for it to kind of run up and then come back down. That's a totally fine play too. Like, let it hit one more time, come down, then buy into it. But for value, it's obvious we're down here below all the EMA lines. We have value. RSI, you want it lower, but it's the same price as over here basically, only off a few pennies. So again, that's a little bit high, but still a great value. Stochastic, negative 50. You want to see some life, but that's where you want it for value. Bulls low, bears are meh. If bulls do win, bears are gonna die hard, and CIG should see a big move. I like it a lot. I'd watch list it. I think it's a great setup nonetheless. So CLR. This in CCO, baby. This is a gorgeous uptrend. This is a newer trend line. It's definitely showing some wedging. See how it's not the same? It's showing some wedging here, of course, but again, if we're going to talk about a bad day, 31%, hold my hat, baby. That's not bad at all. Like, that's a great play. This is right into value. Before you freak out, look at this. This sold off almost 16%, big old run up. This right here, in a few days, sell for 20%. This right here sold off for almost 25 in a month. Up here, we have 20%. This is nothing new. This is fine. Just because you have a higher price, it looks more, more aggressive. But this is the same pullbacks Continental always has. So CLR, a great setup. Support's obvious, old resistances. It hasn't been a support yet. But again, this resistance should hopefully hold. If it does break down, we're looking towards 28.90 or 29 bucks. Let it come down here. Support plays down here. Let's check the indicators. So what's beautiful is this 200. See how we hit it a bunch of times? Boop, 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 boop. Consistently, and then we kind of take off. We're coming back down to earth. We're kind of coming back down to some more horizontal action, more calm action. So again, this is a fantastic value. The 50 is going to be a hard resistance. See how over here it's a hard resistance a bunch of times. So these will both be resistances. But again, your worst case hitting gets 10%. I'll take that. In this market, that's great. So CLR is not bad for that. RSI is a dummy low, stochastics low, bulls low, bears high. I mean, this checks every box for what I'm looking for. You have convergence, you have value. You can now plan an entry strategy. You can go for scaling in. You can do a crossover. You can buy for value. It's up to you. Watch list it, in my opinion. But CLR is an absolute snack. One more time, great play. Love it. Check or do your due diligence. But again, a great play. Next is CRTO. This is a great newer trend up. Yes, it breaks, but this is a weird looking candle. I don't put much emphasis in the really goofy looking ones. This is a fantastic play. Let's see if this matches up. You can see it's almost a channel up. It's not kind of wedging. So again, do not get overly greedy. If you make a full move of 20%, don't go for the moon. Take your 15, 20% and get out if you're cool with that. But again, it's super easy to read. Oh, look at this. Old resistance. Look at this. Old resistance was a support over here. Oh, this resistance was a support over here. Oh, this resistance here is a support. It's almost like old resistances become new supports, and that's what we're going for here. Oh, that makes sense. So CRTO, this was an old resistance area, as we can see, acting as a support. And again, risk versus reward, it breaks all this 5%. It's a bit much. You could probably go for 2 or 3, but you're going for 15, 20. It's a great setup. CRTO, do your due diligence, but a fantastic price action setup. Let's check these indicators. So the 200 is beautiful. The reason I say that is the 200 is acting independently of the trend line. You can see this whole entire price action. It's doing its own thing, right? But now the 200 is being support. And again, all that convergence, trend line, 200 EMA line, old resistance becoming a support. That's what you want to see for a setup. That's an A1 easy beginner setup. Beautiful, love that. The 50 will be a piece of shit, I assume, be a resistance, but again, it's still showing value. RSI, it's low. Stochastic, it's low. No real divergence yet. Now, if this does, nah, that's fine. It looks good. Bulls low, bears high. It checks every box as well. CRTO, I would watch list it. A gorgeous setup. I do like it a lot. Last but not least is DOX. You're probably thinking, hey, why are your plays only A through D? I make new watch lists every huge sell-off. We just had one. I literally check over 3,600 tickers. Yeah. I've gone through about 1,000 now today. I'll do the other 2,000 the next day or two and make it for my Patreon. So if you're on my Patreon, congrats. You're about to get 3,000 filtered stocks. We're handpicking 200 that I really like. So again, I'm doing that right now. But again, I go through traditional scanning, just over volume. So again, that's why it's only A through D. Tomorrow will probably be D through F's probably. It is what it is. But DOX, great trend up, great trend down. That's a horizontal triangle right there. Pure price action. 4 hits, gorgeous. So there's no cheating. It's really looking beautiful. Again, what's the best move you can see? 5%. I don't want to waste my time with... Shut up. It's percent risk versus percent gain. This is a fantastic play for that reason. You're risking what? It breaks down 1.3. So that's a 3-to-1 setup right there. If you get a breakout, it's even better. The supports here, the POCs here, all the spaghetti, all mom's spaghetti looks good here. Let's check these indicators. I can see the 200 is being a fantastic support again. And what's beautiful is this. Look how harsh this is. Big breakthrough. Look at this over here. Massive breakthrough too. Big breakthrough. Baby one. Baby. So we're definitely going more horizontal. See how many hits we have over here? None. Then 2 and then 5. That's a clear sign of more horizontal action. We're starting to go from this to this. We're kind of going nice and smooth here. So this triangle is showing consolidation. That's what we're trying to see, is consolidation. It's clearly here. RSI, it's low. Stochastic, it's low. You could probably find a divergence in here somewhere. I don't see it. Looks fine. Bulls low, bears high. DOX, you're not going to be paying off your mortgage in one play. I'm sorry, it's not Wall Street bets. But again, DOX for a beginner is a fantastic play. I'd watch list it. I like it a lot. Oh dear God. That's 18 minutes. So if you enjoy this kind of content, I'm trying to get this week and the next 2 weeks smaller and see if the algos like it more. If so, great. If not, no big deal. Otherwise, have a good rest of your Monday. Yeah, it's Monday. Have a good rest of your Monday. We'll see you guys tomorrow for another watch list. I do appreciate it. My cat knocked my picture over. Bastard. There's Baker. Have a good rest of your day. We'll see you guys next time. Thanks.